Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Gables. Our other big story tonight, new security patrols in one of Atlanta's wealthiest neighborhoods. The elevated protection comes as the city of Buckhead has experienced, take a look at this, its largest drop in violent crime in 5 years. Atlanta News First reporter Joshua Skinner is live outside the governor's mansion tonight. And Joshua, today Georgia State Patrol announced it is building a new facility there for the sole purpose of protecting Buckhead and surrounding neighborhoods in that area.
Yeah, Sean, that's right. It's really a case of meet the new tenant, same as the old tenant. The very small Georgia State Patrol security presence here on the governor's mansion grounds provides security, but it's really all there is in terms of state patrol throughout the Buckhead area. But that presence is about to expand significantly.
There's not a Georgia State Patrol post within a 30-minute drive of the governor's mansion, but there soon will be within earshot. Governor Kemp announced today that Georgia's newest post will be nearly 1,800 square feet and serve up to 30 GSP officers, 12 of which will be permanently posted at the station. One Buckhead resident told us he perceives the $1.3 million facility as an olive branch from Kemp after he rejected Buckhead's attempt to secede from Atlanta earlier this year. The idea is simple: more police and patrols in the Buckhead area, a place where residents are already comfortable.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, I do feel safe.
In a statement released earlier today, Governor Kemp said in part, "With this new patrol post, our dedicated state troopers will have another base of operations as they take the fight directly to criminals, and I look forward to seeing its positive impact on the Buckhead community." There is not a timetable on when construction could begin, and Atlanta News First reached out to the Georgia State Patrol to interview for this story, but they declined to take part this evening.
Now, as we mentioned, the Georgia State Patrol does already have a presence here at the governor's mansion. They provide security for the grounds. I also spoke with a Fulton County commissioner earlier this afternoon, and they were surprised about this latest information that came down, but they also said they were happy about it. They will never turn down the help that they get from additional law enforcement. Reporting live outside the governor's mansion in Buckhead, Joshua Skinner, Atlanta News First.
Joshua, thank you. And Congress